Welcome to the Open League Season 5, and this week's mode is Retrance. I am Talon116, joined by Gilgamesh on the comms. How's it going, Gil?
That's me. Hi. I'm doing okay. I'm excited to try to calm this nonsense.
Yeah, bear with us. There's going to be a lot going on all at once.
So we're playing some Retrance tonight, and for those of you who don't know what Retrance is, congratulations. It is an entrance shuffle mode, so all of our entrances are completely shuffled. We have a starting sword, big keys are shuffled, and we have universal small keys, meaning that any small key can be used to open any small key door. And this is co-op as well, co-op info share. So the two players on each team are sharing info about their entrances, sharing info about the items that they find, and the winner is the team who has the fastest average time of the two finishers. And we're already off to the races here.
We see Falcon from Its Mitts doing the hula hand, trying to grab some money. Retrance is a little unusual in the mode that your arrows cost money, and then keys are universal and can be bought in certain shops. So money is pretty imperative. We see Ganon at the Uncle drop down already, a glove early at Link's house, and Iceman's dipping into Hera.
Which I believe was near Lake Hylia. I'm not sure if it was the fortune teller or the shop, but it was one of those two entrances. But yeah, the key to this mode is effectively sharing info between your two. It's very tough. As somebody who has practiced this mode a few times, the communication can be tricky. Because you have to be on the same page as far as what you call entrances, making sure you keep track of information, like, I don't know, big keys perhaps might be difficult to track sometimes if you're not careful. We see the back of Desert at the Witch's Hut as well.
Yeah, so information will be coming in pretty frequently and fast, so... but yeah, like, to echo what Gilgamesh was saying, the biggest thing with this is diversifying yourself and seeing as much as possible between you and your teammate to find the 7 dungeons that you need and the items to meet them.
But also having to manage getting important items so you can continue to check stuff. So, you know, once one player finds boots, usually you kind of want, you know, that kind of thing. You want to get it, or finds hammer or something that opens up a lot. LittleMsArcade over here, trying to get through Spiral Cave early, not quite getting it done. I don't know if they forgot that they start with a sword. I'm guessing they did.
Yeah, starting with a sword in some modes, you go through that natural idea of, oh, I don't start with anything, and then you just kind of forget. Shoutouts to Week 7 and starting boots and Enemizer.
Oh, so good. And this is just a 7/7 fast Ganon, so we only need 7 crystals to make Ganon vulnerable, and we don't necessarily have to beat Aga2 and GT. Depends on where the Ganon drop-down gets shuffled. Randomizer.
Yep, and another fun thing about the retro part of this is Take Any Caves. So there are some useless caves and houses that have been taken away and replaced with Take Any Caves that will have either a heart or a blue potion. And one in particular has a sword in it.
Yes.
And sometimes logic can be surrounded by that sword being your logical progressive sword. So it can be interesting.
But we do have Ganon at the Uncle drop-down, so that's nice. And one other thing to mention shop-wise is that a handful of the shops have also been randomized to contain keys for purchase, so you can purchase a small key for 100 rupees, and that shop also has a quiver, which is required to use the bow.
You're well showing up in the Magic Bat spot today.
Not the worst spot for it. Not the best spot, but at least you don't have to... Oh, speaking of the shop, there's one of them at the Smiths, so... LittleMsArcade not having enough money to pick up that quiver just yet. Iceman already finding some Dark World access. I'm not entirely sure what connector that was through. You're gonna hear a lot of that over the next 2 hours or so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that happened, but
Yeah, Falcon picking up the Ice Palace Big Key from the back of the woods. What was the chess game?
Iceman gonna do some bunny walking here. I gotta say, for me personally, I don't love the bunny walking, especially this early when you have a bunch of light world stuff to check. Especially without a mirror to give yourself super bunny state. It can be useful for knowledge, but it's slow.
Yeah, that was a good question. Oh, there's Hype Cave, I think, in the Bombable Hut in Kakariko. So, speaking of that, you have a partner and you're trying to divide up as much information as possible. Does bunny walking hold a little more weight in this scenario? There's a pearl.
Okay, see? Didn't have to bunny walk with that. I'm always very wary about bunny walking early in a seed like this. Unless it's like for a couple quick checks. If you get spit out like, Village of Outcasts and you check chess game and C-shape house, stuff like that. But doing all this walking for a bunch of entrances that you're most likely going to have to come back to anyway because you can't get the stuff in them. I'm not a fan of. LittleMsArcade finding Eastern somewhere in Kakariko.
Yeah, the Grandma connector is vanilla as well, and it connects to Dark World Flute 5, so that's an interesting access over to the pod area.
Finding Blind's Hut.
Yeah, it looks like Team It's Mitts is finding some of those 5 treasure caves that we really want.
Yeah.
There's Flippers in Eastern. And those caves are really starting to pay out with some good equipment, so we'll see how long it takes.
Kakariko's got a lot of entrances. But yeah, I mean, this is case in point a reason I don't like spending time bunny walking early when you have 12 entrances to check in Kakariko that you can actually get stuff in. Finding a desert here as well. I think Jerrock also may be forgetting that she has a sword. Okay, Iceman finding Paradox. Can't do a ton with that right now. We got a big key on the torch and desert as well. It's a good thing to note.
In front of TR hiding in the Dark Lake fortune teller. So, yeah, like we were saying in the beginning, lots of information just rushing all at once.
Like we got Magic Bat sitting at the Kakariko well. LittleMsArcade not quite getting the deboost there, so it has to... Oh no, the Creeper!
Yeah, and that was the old man start in left of Kakariko. I'm not sure I remember where the Sanctuary start was, so that could be useful depending where that is.
I believe Sanctuary start was vanilla.
Okay, so not terrible. It could be far worse.
Oh, Sanctuary was Useless Fairy, my bad. That's close to vanilla. That's almost
It's
vanilla.
pretty close. So yeah, I mean, that old man start's probably a pretty good one. There's Swamp sitting there.
Yeah, Eastern was at Chicken Hut, okay. What'd you say about Swamp?
Swamp was in Overgrown Lawn House.
Oh, okay. So a decent amount of dungeons in Kakariko. Jerrock finally getting in here to check some stuff in Kakariko. Ooh, nice bomb farm here.
Iceman gonna go ahead and take Cac from the bottom, so they'll be able to grab that Moon Pearl amongst other things.
Nice connector game.
But
it's
here,
good to
you might
knock
as
it
well
out.
check it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to check it off the list. Falcon gonna get their Moon Pearl here. Iceman and Jerrock will find that fairly soon as well.
Right.
Ooh, a sword on the
Okay.
desert ledge. All right. That's a weird one, because it's not something you're immediately going to start hunting connectors for just to find. Like, if there was a hammer there, then you want to start aggressively checking connectors. But a sword is like, maybe it would be nice. Jerrock, you have a sword, please.
Yeah, for those watching who still have to run this mode this week, you start with a sword.
I wonder how long, like, let's see how long it takes people to press the button and realize that they have a sword.
Blacksmith hiding in the canyon.
Also, getting those mitts super early is extremely nice in this mode because it helps avoid a lot of orphaned checks.
Ooh, Jerrock. You're gonna want those bombs later.
Jerrock, please. Just press B accidentally.
Oh no.
Iceman also I don't think Iceman, well, let's see. Okay, Iceman realizes he's got a sword. Thank you. It looks like that was blindside for right side of desert.
Yeah.
And that spiral cave trip, not worth it. Oh, we ended up in pod area here. We're just gonna immediately go to open the pod entrance. This entrance sucks. You really want to hope that there's nothing here.
Yeah, this is one of those things that when you're doing a co-op mode like this, it's whoever gets there first has the unwanted duty of having to check it. So you're there, do it so your partner hopefully doesn't have to. Iceman ended up back in the Dark World without their pearl again.
Hyde Cave was like in the Light World Arrow game or something, right?
I think it was Bombable Shed.
Bombable Shed? Okay, I knew it was around there. I mean, Jerrock's gonna find this. I'm surprised. I don't know what connector Iceman took that led him away here.
Okay, I mean
that's useful. Potentially. Actually, I mean, was that the top or the bottom of Paradox?
That was the top of Paradox.
Okay, so that's good. So you can go back into Paradox and get the items now.
Yeah, that's about as good as that could have come out. And smart move with Iceman realizing there's parts of those pots. Let's top off.
Yeah. I didn't catch what was in the pod entrance, but I'm gonna guess it was nothing particularly exciting.
I did not catch it.
With that Hera big key, though, we got LittleMsArcade climbing. We have no clue what this dungeon is yet, but I suspect we will find out shortly. Oh, GT.
Did you catch that entrance as I looked away?
I looked away also, but we'll find out. We'll find out soon because we can't do a whole lot in here yet.
Iceman, taking your advice, going back into Paradox and going to grab these 7 items.
Yeah, I mean, you got it at this point.
Oh, Jerrock, remember they found out they had a sword.
Oh, a big key locked big key to Meyer. Gross.
Where was that hair big? I must have missed it.
It must have been somewhere in Kakariko. Alright, so GT was at the Dark World Ferry there, below Pod. Dark World Trees, as I call that entrance.
Right.
Oh boy, a map of...
Yeah,
Ooh, a flute! Okay, flute's pretty good find in Paradox there.
Yeah, and hopefully that when they go back to activate, that'll send them closer to their pearl.
Or it's just gonna send them back to the other side of the mountain. We have Ice Rod Cave, which we can't check. So that's like... That's the nightmare scenario for me for bunny walking, is you find a single item cave like that, and you're just like... Ugh. It's never worth going back to for one item, but... It might have something. Alright, so... Falcon, or not Falcon, Iceman gonna go activate that flute here. LittleMsArcade taking another crack at Moldorm. Hey, Fighter Sword Moldorm sucks.
Sucks. Yeah, 100%. We've all gotten slightly spoiled with our randomizer Moldorms.
Yeah. Ooh, Ice Palace at the Dark World Witch Hut. So we're finding a lot of dungeons here.
Yeah, we already have the big key to that one too, so...
And Hera was abandoned. We know it's locked behind Agatu yet. We could probably figure it out by process of elimination. We've seen Cackwell, we've seen Magic Bat, we've seen Useless Fairy, we've seen Uncle, we've seen Ganon.
I think it's vanilla.
So...
Lumberjack?
We've seen Sank. It's either the Thief Dropdown or Lumberjack. So it is a one item drop down.
Well, you were right. Iceman just fluted up to the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to resist the siren call of 10 entrances. Finding Meyer up on the mountain there. Yet another dungeon we can't do anything in.
I think with the exception of like Thieves' Town and Skull Woods, we've seen all the dungeons now. In Pod.
Thieves' Town, back of Skull Woods, Pod, and... Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of a nice, crazy start with that. There's that Harabig.
Alright, so it looks like this is going to be the uncle on Iceman's side. Gotta be a little careful on 1.5 hearts here.
Oh, I think if I find the rupee pot person, I'd clear him out. You're gonna need money in this mode.
Yeah, money is at a premium in this mode for sure, because you need to... Sometimes you need to just buy keys outright. Arrows cost money every time you fire one. Silvers are extremely expensive. Alright, LittleMsArcade finding Paradox here, so that's going to be a flute for its mitts shortly. Jerrock picking up said quiver. We'll hopefully find that Moon Pearl soon. we're headed in that direction.
I don't think there can be much in CAC they haven't checked at this point.
Don't take the connector, Jared.
No, I was gonna say don't do that, please.
Although that one would be relatively painless, because you can that is a one you can go back and forth between. It's not a one-way. Okay, Falcon exploring a little bit of TR here. Speaking of rooms that suck, this room with the fighter sword. Also, apparently, its mitts has mitts now. Is that correct? Did I miss that?
Was that in the? Where was that at? Was that TR Big Chest?
I'm not sure. Mitts and Dark Cross.
Gross.
Wait, when did we find Hyrule Castle?
Yeah, they were in Hyrule Castle a while ago.
Alright, and there's a Moon Pearl for Poutine. So, Iceman will probably grab that now. Luckily, it's just a quick flute over.
Well, they have the old man. They can always just start at old man, too, if they really want to.
Pod big in lava chest.
Gross. Iceman finding Hookshot Cave. Just gonna follow the connector. Can't do much here. Oh, haha.
Nice game. These chain chomps are giving Falcon the business. Just gotta sneak in there, grab that chest.
Oh. Come on. Oh!
Oh.
That hurts.
That does hurt, because that is a chest that is 100% in logic and could totally have logical progression.
Oh, they're gonna go back for it. I don't blame them here. It's not a bad walk, so...
It's not a good walk either, though.
Right, but it's just a bunch of doors through the pipe, so...
Alright, as expected, Iceman immediately getting his Moon Pearl as well, so
like
everyone has Moon Pearl.
Cave.
Yeah. Fairly early Moon Pearl for a entrance seed, which is always nice. Alright. Take 2 versus the Chain Chomps. We do have Blue Mail, so that does save. You get 1 hit. It's gotta bait them. There you go. Boom.
Oh, boo.
Boy, that feels bad. Okay, so LittleMsArcade heading to the back of Escape here. Gonna do Dark Cross to get those mitts.
Iceman heading back to the pod entrance. There must have been something there.
Well, no, Iceman... Falcon was the one who checked it initially. Iceman has not been here yet, because Iceman just got their Moon Pearl.
That's right, you can't open it without... Yeah. Never mind.
So, Iceman about to pay 110 rupees to a monkey to get nothing. So looks like Jerrock's gonna head over here, check Mini Moldorm Cave, and probably the Ice Rod Cave area. So this is a handful of new checks we haven't seen from either team yet.
Yeah, Falcon gonna go and explore some of Skullwoods and see. Oh,
Iceman, that is not your quiver. That is not the right one. You just fought 10 arrows, which does nothing.
Oh, he's got the quiver symbol.
Oh, does he have the quiver? Wait, does that count? Does that one count too? Oh, I didn't realize that one counted. Alright, the more you know. Don't worry, Pi. We're gonna do great tomorrow. Ooh, Castle Tower.
This goes back to what we were talking about with Pod. You're the first one there, so you're the one who gets to suffer.
Unfortunately, I don't think Jerrock... I don't know how comfortable Jerrock is with doing this in the dark to get both items here. Yeah, not even gonna attempt it.
With the flute, it's easy to get back to this area, so I'm not against it.
Yeah, that's true. And Capacity Ferry. Alright, so not a ton going on over at the Ice Ride Cave area.
Has flippers, though. I just go ahead and expect to see the lake checks here.
Yeah, most likely. Falcon decided to snap up an extra key there in the shop. Oh, back of Skull Woods. Okay, so we found that somewhere.
I just want to make a long walk over to check out the catfish.
I think Catfish was already checked, because I know Falcon came up here and found that Ice Palace entrance. Okay. Bottom of Bumper Cave for back of Skull Woods. That's pretty close to regular Skull Woods. So yeah, Thieves Town and Pod are the only two dungeons we're looking for at this point. We still have basically 0 crystal information.
Yeah, I think if you're both these teams, you're just starting to beg for things to knock dungeons out. You know, give me a bow, give me, you know, X big key, whatever it takes. But just give me something so I can finish something.
We found a lot. We found a decent amount of exploration items, but yeah, very few dungeon clearing items yet. Nothing on the Zora ledge. Jerrock does not have money for Zora, so Iceman checking out Dark Shopping Mall. So this is a location that sucks to get to, unless you can find a connector here. And there's Saha. Ice Palace is the green pendant. Good to know, so that's 2 of 3. Saha not paying out with anything. Hey, there's a Take Any Sword. Alright. Is that worth coming over here for? Probably not, but nice to pick up.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, there's nothing else over here that really makes you want to come running.
Yeah. and there's no connector there to get there easy. So honestly, he knows where the other swords are. Well, I can tell you where one of the swords are. It's on Desert Ledge.
Team Mitz found the Paradox Cave and has not grabbed their bow. I would not be surprised to see one of them go to the Mire area now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. With Mitz, Mire area is a good shout. Three entrances, definitely, potentially a fourth if Ether happens to be the medallion for the Mire entrance. Alright, most runners just kind of retracing each other's steps now. It's Mitz doing those mountain checks that Iceman did earlier. Jerrock and Hera, which we've seen on It's Mitz's side. We know that there was just the Mire big key in here, which, given the fact that we found 2 of our 3 pendants already, probably going to be required. So what do we have? So what's on the table right now that we haven't checked? Looking at the board entrance-wise, between the 2 teams, I think we've mostly checked everything that we can reasonably get to at this point, other than the Mire area for its Mitz. So I'm wondering if it's time to start checking some connectors. I know we still have a couple desert entrances I don't think anyone has scouted yet.
Well, there's Vanilla Ice Palace entrance I don't think anyone's touched. And I don't know, I may have missed it, it's been hard to keep up with everything, but has anyone done, like, the south of Voon checks?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we definitely saw Stumpy.
We did see the dig game, never mind.
Yeah.
But with Mitz, I mean, that puts the Smith chain into logic, too.
Right. But those Mitz are not in logic yet, that's the thing.
Eh.
I mean, I agree, but... You don't want to go too far. You don't want to go digging too far, especially like Smith chain.
Yes, I do.
Smith chain. You're gonna try to do Smith chain without a mirror and.
It's co-op, man. I mean, if you got time and someone's got nothing else to do, yes, I would. If we're getting short on checks and it's choices between stuff like out of logic checks with the Mitz or connectors, well, yeah, split them up. I'm doing one of them.
Well, I think so. Connectors still have some pretty decent value at this point because we have not found a way up to the top of East Death Mountain, which is a bunch of entrances.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, good. Well, we have not found the Witch's Hut yet, so doesn't do us a ton of good. LittleMsArcade will also be able to check the Dark World's Death Mountain entrances here, Spike Cave and the West Dark Death, WDDM Fairy Cave, or what is it? Southwest Death Mountain Fairy Cave, which I do not think Iceman checked. Iceman with that TR big, able to check a couple extra items here. Ooh, mini Moldarm Cave. In the Southwest Death Mountain Fairy Cave. Southwest Dark Death Mountain Fairy Cave, I should say, sorry. And some cash and a
Oh,
hammer.
there it is.
That's a pretty good one. So, I mean, just immediately, that hammer doesn't really do a whole lot for us. But it's something you definitely want to have.
Right, and that's just one cave that's so out of the way. It might be a bit.
We found the bomb shop in Meyer. Desert Palace and Eastern Palace are our red crystals. So that is good. Good knowledge. Looks like Meyer was Quake, so cannot quite open that yet. Yeah, that's actually going to be a rough one, because Iceman has already checked the entirety of Light Death Mountain there. There's less value in heading back up to check just those 2 caves, so it might be a little while before Jerrock and Iceman find that hammer.
Yeah, someone's just going to have to make the choice to go check those entrances.
Iceman gonna come in here and check these desert connectors finally. See if we get a North Death Mountain. And okay, I mean that's another one of those entrances where it's nice to know that you can check it off the list. The left side of the brother's house.
Echoing something that our Tracker Pie said, that surprised that Jerrock didn't just go for that sword being over here. I think they kind of caught where they were supposed to go. Like, oh, never mind. I know what you're trying to tell me now. Top of Hyrule Castle through what looked like Desert East.
Useful.
West, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, potentially useful. Bonk rocks for $50. Okay, not that useful. Alright, Jerrock did decide to go snag that take any sword. Iceman gonna drop down, check this last spec rock connector. But yeah, still no progress on dungeons. We've found a lot of dungeons, but we haven't found very many big keys yet, which is half the battle here.
Spec Rock left entrance leading to absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah, with that hammer we can do this Cack-Well check now. It's another 5 item cave, and it has nothing. Not nothing. I mean, keys are useful in this mode.
LittleMsArcade gonna check this Ice Palace entrance now.
Take any.
For a hot take any cave.
I mean, you never turn them down if you stumble on them, but also those are the kind of caves where you usually just tell your partner to, you can probably skip this one. Especially if it's not on the critical path. Alright, so we got Hammer. Who wants to bomb jump in GT to Stalfos room?
I volunteer.
GT's not like super far out of the way, but it's also not in a easily enough accessible spot that I would want to do that immediately. Is Jerrock taking this Spiral Cave connector again? I forget where the Spiral Cave connector spits us out, because we've seen people take this multiple times. The Poutine team really needs to get that hammer so they can stop taking bad connectors to get to the Dark World. Worst boomerang sitting in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, I feel like both teams are really starting to reach head one another. So minus a couple items like mitts and hammer, which seem to be important at this point. They're kind of doing the same thing. So something's got to give at some point.
Well, hopefully, hopefully Iceman and Jerrock get funneled into that hammer location. So hammer was in the West Dark Death Mountain Fairy Cave, Southwest Dark Death Mountain Fairy Cave, which was Mini Moldworm.
Or being terrible yet again. Falcon, go ahead and do the Smith chain. This is something else we've talked about.
I mean, you've talked about it.
We're a team, come on. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Smith on a little tour here under the rock. Let's see if this pays off.
Watch.
I mean, it pays.
Yeah,
honestly,
at this point, Poutine's like trackers have got to be getting a little thin.
Yeah, in this mode, I really don't mind picking up the like incidental 20s here and there, because you'd be, you know, as soon as you find silvers, that rupee total starts to decrease real fast if you're not paying attention to it. Jerrock taking a moment of silence here on the menu. Probably for the same reason that you said, and looking at that tracker and trying to figure out what haven't we checked yet. Fortunately, it looks like Jerrock's gonna take this awful connector again. Oh, Jerrock has not grabbed that flute yet.
Yeah, I was just going to make that observation that they don't even have their flute yet. That's the first thing I would be doing in this case. You know, we're spinning our wheels a little bit. Go get that flute.
This is way too many times to have traversed Spiral Cave.
Once is too many.
Bootsless, like, ugh. This is like literally almost a minute every time you do this.
Hanging out in the hammer pegs.
And $20.
Wow.
All right, purple chest. You wanted to see it, you got it.
I don't think it's a choice. I think it's a lack of options.
Well, let me throw this at you. We have flippers. We found the dam. We know where Swamp Palace is. We have a hammer.
Do it. That's my guy. Now we're talking my language.
All right, Jerrock finally getting over to Paradox. All right, I think this is Iceman making the Dark Death Mountain check. So hopefully we see a hammer on Poutine's side soon.
Yeah, the mitts haven't seen to block anything quite yet that I could remember.
They really, like, in entrance, the mitts really don't block a whole lot, generally. Right. A couple of entrances, but other than that, it's mostly just ease of access.
So that's that's not a or not. Wait, what are we doing here, boss?
Thinking.
I wonder if they jump down and then like, oh wait, this is supposed to be the Dark World crap.
Ooh, TR connector. Leading to a ferry.
Yeah, Iceman found that one already. That was connected through the left spec rock drop.
Come on, folks, go to swamp. You know you wanna. I mean,
Well,
do we really have a lot better options at this point? Because I'm not seeing them.
I'm pretty sure I noticed that Falcon hasn't pulled the dam yet, so they can't.
Oh, I don't remember exactly where the dam was. I know we found it fairly early.
The dam is the fairy cave, the tree fairy cave.
Okay.
North of the lake.
This one right here.
That would be the one.
Falcon.
Okay, so yeah, maybe that's why they haven't done it yet. They hadn't found it yet.
Okay, yeah, maybe it was both poutine teams that have found it. All right, Jerrock currently standing, waiting to find out the results of this mini Moldorm cave from Iceman.
If you think it's something, you just save it, quit, and flute, don't you? Like standing there is not helping.
Jerrock needs to go.
And bam, there we go.
There it is, hammer time. Which again doesn't actually open that much yet.
Right, but I agree with you. It's at this point, outside of like the ferry connector in Kakariko, what else you got? Go to swamp.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll tell you what it does open is a couple more checks in swamp. Falcon trying to get this bomb jump here.
Yep, I don't know this one.
Rail clip. I think it's pretty.
Say that it's pretty free to make me feel worse about
no,
not knowing.
I didn't want to say free. I think you have quite a few pixels that you can stand on to make this work. I don't think it's
Iceman going into Eastern to grab their flippers. I would assume they're just gonna bamf right back out though.
Oh, a book in the big chest. Yes, forgiving was the word that I was looking for, but I didn't realize that he was trying to set up the one to bomb jump to the big chest. I thought he was just trying to bomb cross to take the connector. So, book in the big chest is a good find. It is not in logic, because we don't have the hookshot of the cane yet, but that gives us a couple more checks.
Yeah, and still missing Thieves Town and Pod. I mean, it's very possible it's just hiding in the desert entrance, so that could be really important for later.
Alright, Jerrock gonna go get her hammer now. Okay, I'm going to check this entrance. Yep, there you go. Oh, is Iceman going to swamp? Come on, baby, do it. This looks like swamp.
They pulled Bird out of Eastern, so Spike.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, poor Saha trying to get bombed over there. And just a shop in desert.
So if honestly, if swamp is the answer, I mean, everyone's right back where they were at this point. They've all kind of checked everything.
Yeah.
Oh, careful. That was close.
Go talk to that guy. Boy, that guy got yeeted over there.
Really wanted to see Jerrock. So what's in swamp?
A sword.
Well, yeah.
Mitts can't be in here.
What
is in swamp?
Wait, you already know where Mitts are. So yeah, they're not in here.
I'm gonna put some kind of fire source in here. I'm gonna say fire rod.
Yeah, I like fire rod, or I like the bow. Well, the bow doesn't really do anything without a big key. Never mind, fire rod.
Fire rod opens up a ton. Because that gives Ice Palace.
No, wait. So we're different. I'm gonna say Samaria's over here.
Gross. You're sick.
Yeah, it opens up like nothing. It opens up like one thing. Ooh, how about boots for Mire exploration?
No, we don't get boots. It's also heading into swamp now too, so everyone making the only real play at this point. Who's ready to do left side swamp without boots or a hook shot?
This guy.
It's like Falcon also. So it's possible they may have determined that there is no possible other spot for things to be.
I would think we were going to agree, actually.
I certainly couldn't tell you. Mimic Cave has been checked, and it was nothing. Spike Cave, yeah, Spike Cave could be something. Nice man, just missing that bomb.
I think he was just low.
There we go. You gotta tap left. There you go. Yep. Not sure what Jerrock is checking at this point.
There's a Spike Cave over here. If they go to Dark Sanctuary.
Was that where it was? Okay, yeah, that could be it then.
Or not.
Oh, Hammer House.
Oh, Hammer House, yeah.
Good call. Alright, chest number 1 from left side. And it's a red rupee, not the red item we were looking for. Boy, imagine if it's not in here. How terrible does everyone feel?
Everyone's going to be like, what? I don't think this is a bad check, density-wise.
No, I think this is the right check, but watch it just be in Spike Cave here, and Jerrock's going to get it first. Oh my god, hookshot in Spike Cave would be... Okay,
Gross.
There it is. Mirror. Okay, so what does this give us now? So that lets us check a couple of the desert entrances.
Well, with the hammer, it lets you check the North Mountain checks.
Well, actually, it doesn't logically let us check those desert entrances. But yes, hammer and mountain is, you get top of Paradox and something.
Well, if it's Mitts, as soon as I see that mirror, I'm going right for Meyer and mirroring to get that third sword.
Oh yeah, for sure, but Cheesesteak does not have that ability, unfortunately, because they do not have the mitts, because the mitts are not in logic yet. I mean, we can check, this opens Graveyard Ledge, Cave 45, all those other horrible checks. The top of Bumper, top of Light World Bumper Cave, which we do have a connector to get to. All right, let's see. Spike Cave. Oh, man. I was really hoping that was...
It's never anything if you check it.
I was really hoping that was going to be something. All right, so it looks like on Falcon's side, we're probably going to get a Graveyard Ledge check. We'll probably route this in with Spike Cave as well. And yeah, LittleMsArcade gonna head right and check these desert, couple desert entrances. We get Checkerboard Cave, back of desert, and desert left.
And that sweet, sweet Tempered Sword.
So, and then Iceman is gonna go up and see. Yeah, I mean, this is only 2 entrances. We only get to check Hera and the top of Paradox. But I mean, could find Pod or something. I think we found all of our major item caves at this point. So we found Mini Boldorm, we found Blind's Hut, we found Hype Cave, we found Paradox.
Yeah, as far as density caves, I don't think we're going to have any of those left. We're really just looking for a few keys in the last couple dungeons to put it all together at this point. Fire Source, Bow, some big keys, give us something.
Yeah, Fire Source is what we're really looking for. So Hera had nothing. I guess we get to check the top of Spiral Cave as well while we're up here.
the desert entrances had Pyramid Ferry, which was nothing, and then it also had a dark connector, but
Graveyard Ledge? Could it be? Nope.
Yep, money. Called it. Good job. And Checkerboard Cave sucks. So the mirror leading to anything in the desert area is absolutely nothing.
So what are we missing here? What is...
So the mitts really aren't blocking anything for Poutine right now. If
Yeah,
they never
what
find
is-
them, it might actually be a blessing.
Okay, here we go. Iceman finding front of Hyrule Castle, finally. So this gives us 2 more entrances to get out somewhere, hopefully to the top of Dark Death Mountain. Because that's really the only spot left that has any significant amount of entrances at this point. This is a rough location for this. Cave 45 was checked on its Mitts' side, and it was nothing. Falcon heading up the mountain, following in Iceman's footsteps here. As Jerrock goes to get her mirror. Gonna get a look at...
She's gonna be really disappointed when she realizes she didn't hit the switch.
Oh no. Listen. Oh, there's some boots! Just sitting in the front of Escape. Alright, that's exciting.
So there's a couple bonk checks and then Meyer, right?
Yeah. It's quite a few bonk checks.
Oh, that's
Tomb,
actually
Bonk Rocks, Light World Bonk Rocks, Dark World Bonk Rocks. We know there's a big key on the Desert Torch. I don't know you Tailwind, but I have never forgotten to hit the switch in Swamp. Not once.
Not once. It's an elite crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call on that Torch big key. That's one of the things I'd be going for pretty quick. Especially knowing where so many dungeons
And this is
are.
going to probably get... so this is going to get Iceman his mitts as well. So this
Yeah,
is a lot of good knowledge for Team Poutine. But its mitts will be getting all this stuff pretty shortly here, because Falcon is going to find it.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to open up a few checks like in Meyer area that's not going to really get them anywhere. I mean, the sword, obviously, but...
Right.
So this may just be giving time to its mitts to do some new stuff.
But yeah, I'm checking those. With those boots, I'm checking the... well, first I'm going to check the other exits from... whatchamacallit, from Hyrule Castle, but then I'm immediately going to go check those Bonk Rock checks. Because we're, like I said, still looking for 2 dungeons here. Falcon gonna... No, can't open the TR entrance, but does get to check a few more entrances up here. Hookshot Cave and the top of Super Bunny.
Yeah, shout out to Ether for being useless.
How dare you?
There's
Oh, this
Pod.
pod. Iceman made very good use of Ether to kill Pokies in Turtle Rock. But with another big key to Ice Palace, but...
Yeah, we've had that one for quite a bit.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, so let's see what's in pod here. We have no bow. But, you know, that's never stopped people before.
Just me.
Well, I mean, to an extent, it doesn't stop them. Stops you from beating Helma, but...
Right, but you're right. Plenty of small keys. This will be full clears from both, I would assume.
Oh, and Iceman got up the mountain. Did one of the Hyrule Castle entrances lead to the Turtle Rock entrance? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good stuff, game. So we got some synchronized pod checking now. Iceman feeling confident in his Mimic Clips, I guess. I think Pool taught Iceman how to do the Mimic Clip, so we'll see how this goes here.
It's really close.
We're wiggling. We're wiggling. It's not... yeah, we're kind of waffling back and forth here. Almost. Oh, no, wrong way. Almost. One more, I think.
That's
There
it,
we
right
go.
there. Good job.
All right, not bad, not bad. Falcon just got Quake, we say. Okay, I'm assuming that was in pod somewhere. So that's another entrance. Alright, let's see if this was worth it. Lamp on the bow-like side of pod. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's worth. Some adventurous people could knock out Skull Woods with that.
Oh, and we found Thieves Town too. I didn't see where that was.
Here's your Bombos. Also in
And
pod.
Fire Rod in Thieves Town. Ooh!
Dang!
Where was that Thieves Town? Chat, help me out here. I just want to point out that nobody on Its Mit's team went into Hyrule Castle and got those boots yet, so this is an advantage that Poutine will be able to rack up some time with the longer they take to get over there. Elmo's only bow locked if you're not cheating. Alright, so Thieves Town was... oh, and Mimic Cave. Ew. Well, I don't think Poutine has found that TR connector yet, so that could be a bit...
I think Iceman was the one who found it first.
Did he?
Yep.
Oh, that was forever ago.
Yeah, because they took a desert connector to the top of Hyrule Castle and then threw that whole mess. So
Okay,
with the mirror,
so-
it'll be much easier to get to, though. So they know where it's at.
LittleMsArcade.
Just have to remember you haven't checked that entrance yet.
Yeah, LittleMsArcade about to get the boots shortly here for Team Mitts. Derek, you gotta go into the back and get your mitts. Well, do you though? Do we actually need them?
So
I don't think
far,
we actually...
I think so far we haven't had to, especially
Yeah.
with this connector leading to Dark Death Mountain.
Speaking of... oh, okay, so that's... that... okay. Okay, game. Alright, Falcon just going to employ the, bottle glitch.
Red Mimic, please. Come on.
I do believe Jerrock has a potion as well, so Jerrock should be able to bottle glitch that lamp.
Double. Gross.
Oh, she has a fairy. No potion. You can still... I think... can't you do potion unlock with a fairy still? Or am I making that up? Yeah, I thought you could use a fairy as well.
It's much more difficult, but yes, you can.
Alright, didn't look like Pod had a whole lot.
What? Pod had Quake, Bombos, Lamp, Shovel.
Okay, well, 3 of those things you said are not really that exciting.
Hey, you said quantity. You didn't say quality. It had a lot.
That Bombos, however, will probably get Iceman to go to the Ice Palace. Yeah, his namesake dungeon. Oh, right, Meyer area. They have not checked this yet.
Here, trying to find some direction on what to do next.
Yeah, I guess Jerrock did not feel comfortable doing Pod without a bow or a potion. So Falcon gonna check the Meyer entrance. I gotta say, I don't really like checking entrances at this point. We have all our entrances. We know where all our dungeons are.
Well, they don't know where Thieves Town is.
Start clearing out. No, LittleMsArcade found Thieves Town.
Jerrock and Iceman?
Yeah, I'm talking about Falcon checking this Meyer entrance here, which
okay.
I don't.
Sorry, I was looking at Iceman.
Yeah. I would start clearing dungeons now. You're not going to get a whole lot of value out of checking entrances at this point.
Potion shop in a terrible place.
This arcade heading into Ice Palace here with a precariously low amount of magic. Both players who had not turned in a mushroom finding the potion shop.
Falcon did not go get the boots.
That seems like a mistake.
Yeah, that's quite the call.
Also, Falcon apparently did not pick up the sword on Desert Ledge, which also seems like a mistake.
Yeah, they clearly know it's there. Their partner has it. Hold on.
Alright, Jerrock checking on some of these bonk rock checks here. For Poutine, it makes sense checking entrances, because as you said, they don't know where Thieves Town is yet. Unfortunately, none of these entrances are going to lead to Thieves Town. Ooh, Laser Bridge! That's actually not a bad one to find. Alright, I lied about not checking entrances. There was still some value here.
Yeah, because whenever you have the stuff to be Trinex, it's right there outside of Link's house. It's not going to go away, Jerrock. You've got to face it or walk out.
Face your fears. I mean, we got Berna. Laser Bridge should not be an issue here. Honestly, the red ones are kind of the worst. Oh, baby. Hook shot in its vanilla location on Laser Bridge. That is a good find.
And that's swamp play.
Yeah. Swamp leads to everything. And Mirror Shield on Laser Bridge.
Yeah.
Classic. Classic.
Alright, Iceman gonna get their boots now.
You mean?
Yeah, I seen Jerrock the swamp. Falcon, sorry. Words, people, things, pie.
Pie. I made another one of those apple crisps today.
Oh, man.
Man, they're so good.
I gotta come and see you and get some of that. Oof. It's not that far of a drive, right?
I don't know, probably like 12 hours or something.
It's fine. So, Jerrock, gonna take that hookshot and check out Hookshot Cave. This is a great call.
Yeah.
I would send them to Swamp pretty quickly after this, though.
Yes, for sure. I think Iceman's gonna grab that hookshot right now, too.
Oh, Iceman already has it. They went right in after.
Oh, okay, that was fast. All right, so listen. All right, it's hard to watch 4 screens at the same time. Take
You're
it
not
easy.
wrong. Yeah, I think the biggest problem for Poutine right now is, are they going to get back to Thieves Town and win? Because it's pretty isolated up there with
That's
so much to do now.
Yeah, that's a rough entrance to get to.
The mirror does make it easier.
It does, but that's also one of the ones where you're just kind of like, we'll get to it when we have nothing else to do.
Right.
And a bow and hookshot cave.
There we go.
Boy, that swamp play. So item-wise, we're just looking for red cane. Right? We found red cane. Was red cane an ice cane? It was Ice Palace. Of course it was.
It had to have been, yeah, of course.
Thanks, game.
Gross. Get out of here.
Okay, so item-wise, we're just looking for ice rod now. Yay!
Probably got a map check from somebody.
But big key-wise, we are still missing Eastern Palace big, Desert Palace big, Thieves Town big, and that's it, actually. And I guess we may not theoretically need that Thieves Town big. We don't know what our last pendant is yet.
Right, but Fire Rod being locked in there, they're gonna have to have it.
Yeah. So Falcon finding that hook shot, which will lead them to their bow. Assuming you don't forget Hookshot Cave exists, which, again, not something I've ever done before. But...
Nope. Oh yeah, there's a pod finish on the table now.
Yep.
Pod, ice, skull, all those can be knocked out now.
Yeah, that's why I'm... Yeah, start rushing your dungeons at this point. Little GT dip at this point's looking kind of good.
Oh, gross.
As well.
There's your ice rod.
In Ice Palace?
Yep, Ice Palace had all the goods. If you...
All right. So we are in item no mode between the two teams now. I'm not sure what Jerrock... Oh, Jerrock has the bow now, so Jerrock's going to come up here and do pod. Gotcha. Iceman heading back into Swamp. Where is Falcon going? Why are we dropping into the back of Escape? I think we didn't mean to do that.
So I think for Poutine, they really need Iceman to go up to the pyramid and mirror to get back to where Thieves Town is.
Yeah.
After Swamp pretty badly.
The problem is, like you said, they have so many dungeons that they can beat right now. It's hard to justify hunting that when you can, especially without Thieves Town big. Like even if you find Thieves Town, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I'm just afraid they're gonna really go down a rabbit hole here for a bit.
I mean, luckily for them, the only thing that the Fire Rod really locks right now is the Trinex kill, so... It's not the end of the world if they wait for a while to get it. I mean, I guess they get the Moth kill as well. And picking up that green pendant from Ice Palace. Oh, Jerrock doesn't have the pod big. This was I think a mistake on their part. Should have sent Iceman up here and had Jerrock do Swamp. Because we know that there's nothing else in. I mean, there's medallions, but it's not really worth spending a lot of time in pod here. I don't think.
Yeah, the Mire entrance was nothing, and you have a way to get through the TR entrance, so you don't need bombos. And with Fire Rod, you can do ice. So unless it's, they're thinking ice has fire in it, and you need the bombos medallion, you're right. There's nothing back there they have to have.
Yeah, maybe. That's why I think I would have liked to see Iceman go into ice first, potentially. But it is a pendant, so I get the hesitation.
Yeah, and you got to clear Swamp anyway, so I think this is okay. There were still items in here that were on the way.
We're gonna get... Are we getting a pedestal check? Oh, no. What do we... I'm not sure what Falcon's doing here.
I think you got to open up the back of Skull Woods.
Why are we searching for entrances?
Yeah,
though?
what entrance are we missing? And where was the pod big? Do we remember?
No, we don't.
I just know that someone has it.
Yeah, Iceman has it, and Falcon has it. Alright, we're gonna get a Trinex kill here on Itzmitz's side. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what this entrance is, but I really don't think it's gonna be anything noteworthy. I mean, whatever. Thieves Town Small or Big Key could be sitting back here, but
Yep, those are big.
I don't think this is how I would be spending my time right now.
Falcon did find the Eastern big, apparently.
Oh, neat. Well, that's good. They
Iceman
still have not gotten their bow yet.
Iceman is going to hang out in GT, unfortunately.
Eastern Big was on Desert Torch. Oh, okay.
That was the Desert Torch one? Okay.
Yeah. So, decent chance that we find a big key in here.
Alright, let's see the pet hive.
Pet hive, yay. Wow, yay. 10 of them. 10 of them!
You did it.
Alright, double firebar room. Here we go, big key.
You know what?
I was watching a race yesterday, or this morning, I think, where there was one in there.
No, there wasn't.
One of the SGL ones. It was restreamed. I can show it to you.
These are lies. No big key has ever been in that room in the history of ever.
I think is Jerrock just gonna get her mitts here now for safety purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, Meyer is our last pendant. So we have that info now. So yes, Thieves Town Big and Desert Big are what we're looking for. And no one has set foot in Desert yet. Or, not Desert, Meyer, which, you know, there are items in there. Also, yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier, but notable that its Mitts has not made the play to go back to Hookshot Cave yet to get their bow.
Well, it goes back to what you were saying. Brush Dungeons, it might just be on the way.
Right, yeah. Alright, so we got Thieves Town Big and Rando Room of GT. So good news for Poutine if they can find Thieves Town.
Yeah, that's great news.
So just looking for that Desert Big to be in complete no mode for our teams. It's gonna be on the climb. We don't have GT Big yet. It's gonna be great. Jerrock gonna go shopping for a couple keys here. Good heads up play when you have 0. Oh, Iceman apparently has silvers as well? Am I reading that tracker correctly?
What are we even here for? We don't notice anything.
Silvers in Rando Room, okay.
Magic Bat has nothing but a surprise.
Little fake powder there on its Mitts' side. Iceman opting not to spend the cash money to use silvers in the Armos fight. Oh! Swamp Palace. Gross. Climb, climb, climb. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
No big key, you can't. No big key, you can't.
You could try and then fail.
That's my job.
Sorry, my head was in true pot hunt mode. I was like, oh, you know, there's pots up there.
I was just thinking about that mode earlier and how much I want to run another one.
I'm always thinking about true pot hunt.
That's right.
Yeah, hopefully Poutine remembers about that big key on the torch there. Iceman heading back in a swamp. For just gonna snap up that big key, huh? Yeah, I guess you're there.
Well, it makes it so
Easy to
Jerrock
get
doesn't have to. It lets Jerrock know whether they have to be Ice Armos or not.
Yeah.
Right now, you just tell her to run to Rando Room.
Falcon heading into ice to get that ice rod. Park container.
I wanted the Desert Big there so bad. That would have been awful.
Nah, the Desert Big's just gonna be in fire or something. I mean, entrance-wise, I feel like Poutine's got to be getting down to it. Like, I think they have to know that Turtle Rock connector is going to be what they're looking for fairly soon here.
I don't know how you don't send Jerrock into Ice Palace right now or something.
They're sending Jerrock into Waterfall Ferry? Excuse me. Oh yeah, that's Skullwood's big key from Swamp. We can also check that. Oh, the book! We haven't checked tablets either. Oh, yes!
The Ether tablet was checked, I know that. It was nothing.
Oh, did we? Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, that's less exciting. Alright, Iceman's
Oh,
gonna
that's
check.
right. Pod Bigs and Lava Chest. That's why she's back here.
Gross.
So we found that
Yeah,
a long
that's
time
right.
ago.
I forgot about that. Iceman gonna
Woof.
check the back of Skullwoods here. Again, makes sense for their team because they're still looking for one entrance. I mean, maybe this Skullwoods big has got the goods. Let's see. Nope, that's not good.
Yeah, the longer this Desert Big Key stays out to play, the better it is for Poutine. But if that thing shows up, I have to assume that its Mitts is going to head back to Hookshot Cave sooner than later.
Yeah, for sure.
Or, I mean, even just go into GT and get the other one. Oh, actually, are both progressive in this mode, or is it just silver separate?
I believe silvers are separate.
Okay, sorry.
I think. Oh, it's progressive? Don't listen to me.
They're progressive, okay.
Okay. Don't listen to the commentators. Oh, Iceman gonna sequence break the back skull here. This is fine.
Yep, you've got to do it anyway.
Obviously, Fire Rod can't be back here, but yeah, you got to do it anyway if you're like sort of in the area. This one's not too hard to do.
I like this. This is a nice skip. I like the Skullwoods one with the lamp.
Yeah. Falcon finally getting that sword on the desert ledge there.
I'm sure there wasn't. Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get the mushroom check finally because Jerrock's opening up the Meyer shed. All right, let's go. Show me Desert Big. Ah.
Oh, get this game out of here.
Alright, this looks like Falcon going back to GT, so its Miss is gonna find their Thieves Town big pretty soon.
Yeah, and if Desert Big is just sitting back there, Poutine's in a really behind the eight ball. They're probably going to head back up, try to finish off Pod now that they have their big key. That was kind of an unfortunate oversight, but in this mode, I'm sure that happens a lot. You're trying to track all this information and keep track of where keys are and what you have and don't have, and all of a sudden, dang it, I don't have the key for this.
I can't relate, but I can see how people make that mistake.
Oh yeah, no, total failure on my side, not yours. Please, Mir, Jerrock, don't stand there. It makes me nervous.
That pink ball could get you at any time.
Oh, we've already seen the thing punted across the screen. Jerrock doing these book checks since they have it, and Iceman does not.
They have to be running out of entrances at this point. Also, with Samaria, we get to do right side of GT, which Iceman was not able to do. And the Desert Big could just be over here.
I understand GT is pretty dense, and if you can have clear right and left side at the same time, then I guess it's better. But I'm a little surprised they have both their members of their team in here with Hookshot.
Yeah, considering they both all have, both of them have the full kit required to do the entire basement. I think you send one person to clear out other dungeons or other checks.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of with Iceman and having the mitts now. They can do all these Smith chain checks that led to nothing.
How dare you? Smith's chain led to 10, 20. Oh, there was another bow. Oh, that's right. The other bow was in Rando Room, so they don't even need to do Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They're gonna be able to, if they go to GT, then they don't even need Hookshot Cave now.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And if the Desert Big is just sitting in the back of Thieves Town, rip.
Right. All right, Tile Room. What do we got? I hope there's not the Desert Big in here. I don't need you to have any flashbacks today.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. That race is wild. GT Rush with an instant tile room skip. Yeah, I'll take my loss, thanks.
All right, gonna get a look at right side here shortly. Missing that somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. That's always a feels bad. You're like, oops, just a little too far.
Bunch of small keys. Alright, so still on the hunt for a Desert Big. Its Mitts doesn't really need to find anything else. I mean, they don't have, between the two of them, all the items they need quite yet, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, what you don't want to see now is the GT Big. That would be pretty heartbreaking for both teams, because you're immediately going to think climb.
Once LittleMsArcade gets that bow, it's basically just Desert Big that they're looking for. I'm trying to think of where that Desert Big could be that would give Poutine a bit of an advantage here, but I'm struggling to think of a location.
Yeah, I don't know that there's something that they can access that their opponents can't now, so... I spent getting their big key to Ice Palace finally. Hopefully this is an indication they're gonna go to Ice Palace. We're back on that density talk again, and it's Mire and Ice Palace they really have left that they haven't looked at.
Okay, well, looks like Desert Big is just that's not good for Poutine at all.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Honestly, of all the places it could be, that may have been the worst.
Yeah, just straight on the critical path on a boss that your opponent's going to have to do anyway. Yeah, it doesn't get much worse than that.
Right, and also, hey, here's this required big key on this required boss. You're going to go do that and then ignore things like Ice Palace.
Right. Alright, Smith's finally checking Hookshot Cave here, so gonna be blessed with silvers.
Iceman's still doing checks trying to find that Thieves Town.
I mean, they're gotta be running out.
Right, but even if you are, that's still one of the last places you're going to think to look. I mean, they can get lost in your tracker, and you can look over it 100 times before you see it, unfortunately. Honestly, though, Pod being up in the corner of Dark Death is not the most exciting place for it to be either. So
no, not really.
Still might be a little bit before they get up there, but they're going to get up there.
Yeah. I doubt they're going to check a whole lot of other stuff before they get there. Like, at this point, you're one big key away, you just beeline all your dungeons, and then hope you find it along the way before you start hunting elsewhere. Alright, Iceman finally getting to Ice Palace, so we're going to get that Ice Rod and the Cane, which is good. But again, like you said, finding those items is probably going to pull them away from checking the entrance they need to for a little bit longer.
Yeah, the nice thing for Iceman is whenever they get to Thieves Town, they can just push through and clear it very quickly. Jerrock still needs to go to GT as well.
Right. And yeah, as chat points out, LittleMsArcade doing Thieves Town, and then we'll be able to route pod in with this immediately after. Well, not immediately after. This pod's in Hookshot Cave, so you can't. Oh no, you just go into Hyrule Castle. Yeah. So you go into Hyrule Castle, loop around, and then you do pod. So. Yeah, so the clock's ticking on Poutine to find that Thieves Town entrance, and the window of opportunity is quickly closing on them.
Yeah, Jerrock has a lot of ground that she needs to make up to grab items.
The good news is that once they find that Thieves Town entrance, I mean, they will be in go mode, because Iceman's about to get the last 2 items that they need here. That is, yes, to answer another question in chat, the points next to each team name is how many points they've accumulated so far through the first 3 weeks. So you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie in each match. And this MSU pack is the Skyward Sword MSU. Jerrock pinching pennies a little bit here, using Burna on Armos. I think with 1,200 rupees, he could probably afford to use arrows here, but this is fine too.
Was there something in Hera that we forgot about, or I forgot about?
The Meyer Big was in Hera. I don't know why we need that.
Yeah, they have all their... Do they not know their dungeon info?
They might not, actually. No, I thought they were the ones who checked the map. I am confused. Maybe that was a mistrack or something.
Yeah, they know it's not on the pedestal, so this isn't like a pedestal thing. And they're still looking for the Desert Big, of course.
Right, but LittleMsArcade has done this already.
Yeah, they've done Hera.
I have to assume this is just maybe a mistrack, or they marked a dungeon down incorrectly or something. Or maybe that was Falcon wants to check the mushroom real quick for the Desert Big or something like that. While LittleMsArcade does the dungeons. No. Because they're not gonna go turn that mushroom after getting it, so yeah, I don't really... Yeah, I'm assuming it was just either a communication error or some kind of note-taking mistake.
What? Jerrock was in the back of Desert. Why did they leave? Did I miss something else there, too? If all the writers could just stop for 1 second and let me look, and let me catch what's going on.
Where Jerrock's going to Ice Palace now. Okay, so I guess the Iceman was like, "Hey, all this stuff's in Ice Palace." I mean, you still just do Desert while you're right there, and then come up here, but
right, because if Fire Rod's on Landmo, you need to know. They don't know that yet, or don't know that it's not, but.
Your weapons are that bad.
Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, this isn't a bad shout, I guess. I mean, it's still kind of counterintuitive. They just mirrored at Dark Potion, because that's Ice Palace, to go into Desert, so they can just hit the mirror and go right into Ice Palace.
Oh, I see.
Which, I mean, you were already there. This kind of just wasted time, right?
A little bit wasted a mirror transition, essentially.
But, I mean, I see it. I get it.
Wait, did LittleMsArcade not go into Pod after Thieves? Oh, didn't have the big key. Right. Okay.
So they're doing that now, I assume.
What if we all just started with every big key? Then we didn't have to worry about silly things like forgetting big keys.
Universal small keys, start with every big key.
Ooh, Falcon going in a mire here. So this is a little time that Jerrock and Iceman might get back. Maybe.
Right. Man, they'll pull out of it immediately once they beat LittleMsArcade.
Yeah, but I mean, Falcon's gonna be able to check basically all of Mire before LittleMsArcade beats LittleMsArcade.
Not a bad mode idea. Start with all the big keys, map, comfort, shuffle, universal small keys, true item.
Start with everything.
That's called spoiler open, but you know.
That's not spoiler.
Yes, it is.
Spoiler's bad.
Spoiler is bad. Iceman gonna go check this green pendant, I think.
Ooh, map of Hyrule Castle. Exciting.
Yeah. So Jerrock will now know just to grab those 2 items out of Ice Palace and then bail.
Yep.
Bedrocks are terrible. I see you, Pi. I saw what you said.
Alright, well, I mean, what could we actually find anything useful in Mire here? Not really, right? Gold sword.
Cape, maybe? Oh, no, wait, they have the cape. I mean, powder? Question mark?
I mean, Falcon doesn't have another sword, and is Falcon gonna go all the way to Dark Shopping Mall?
I wouldn't, no way.
Like, I'd probably just pick up those, the silvers real quick before fighting Ganon, but...
Yep. Yeah, if I've got silvers and plenty of money, and they do, then yeah, no way, I don't grab that sword. You got 2 bottles, you'll be fine.
But yeah, its mitts will be in go mode here in about a minute and a half. But we'll see. I know Falcon is a relatively new runner, so I don't know how comfortable they are doing Master Sword Ganon without any kind of safety. Oh, Iceman finally found... Okay, we found Thieves Town, so... Poutine is in no mode. They still have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of ground to make up.
But they are equipped with everything they need at this point, or will be equipped with everything they need shortly. Jerrock realizing that there's no point in doing the bomb jump here because we don't need to go fight Cold Stare, so... LittleMsArcade never actually got that lamp. But yeah, definitely a slight dungeon lead on its Mitz's side right now.
Yeah, considering Jerrock still has to go into GT, it's quite a bit. Falcon
taking an unfortunate death in Mire, though, heading back in.
I think It looked like they were standing there trying to death warp, but I don't know why.
But we'll be able to bail out here in about 30 seconds or so. But yeah, I didn't expect Poutine to actually hit go mode first, but or no mode rather. Health too low for a Vidi fight? That's quitter talk. And there is the desert dig for its mitts, so Falcon will be saying, see you later to Meyer here. Yep.
That immediate stop and quick
Oh,
swap.
he pulled a sword for. He did pull a sword for Meyer. Wow.
Wow. Worth.
Actually, I'm waiting on pins and needles here for what Vortex is going to say. I assume there's going to be a follow-up to that, actually.
Yeah. You know,
So,
I'm
yeah.
looking at the crystal count. Everyone has 3 crystals.
Yeah, but like you said, Jerrock does need to get to GT still.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's the difference.
I could see a world where Iceman actually finishes first, though, because
Yeah,
all the dungeons that he has to finish are very quick. It's just, I mean, obviously everything is run to the back, but Eastern's relatively quick, Desert's quick, TR just go from Laser Bridge and it's done. Pod will probably be the longest one.
yeah, I could definitely see Iceman finishing first here, and Iceman's execution is pretty solid too. So I actually think he's probably the strongest execution of the 4.
I have very little knowledge about Team Itzmitz, so I cannot comment on this.
Well, I mean, I mentored Iceman for 1 week, so he's really, really good.
That's true. Team captain.
Oh, Jerrock, wrong room. You don't need anything in here.
Maybe a communication slip up. I mean, the heart, I'm sure she's happy to see. But yeah, this is time they can't afford.
Right, yeah, like Mitz definitely has a bit of an advantage here. LittleMsArcade just needs to do Eastern and Skullwoods, and then they're done. While Falcon just needs to do Desert Thieves TR. Okay, Falcon's got quite a bit to do still. So I think LittleMsArcade is actually the first one to finish, most likely.
Yes, all of our runners pretty much just racing to the end at this point, trying to mop up dungeons and race to Ganon. So as we approach the end, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Also, do the follow the runners thing. There's commands in chat for that, probably, right?
Oh yeah, I guess that obligatory thing.
There they are. Thank you to our tracker Kono / restreamer Kono.
Yep. Shout out to our other tracker Pi for doing the work of the Lord, so we can just sit here and talk and miss things.
Mm-hmm. I challenge you to find anyone these next 2 weeks calming one of these races who doesn't miss something, because you will not find that person. One more dungeon to go for LittleMsArcade. Man, we never even found the GT Big Key. What kind of entrance seat is this where it doesn't give the runners an option to even climb?
Yeah, I feel like we kind of got cheated on that one. We didn't even
Yeah,
like,
that's
speculate.
always the most fun part of an entrance seat, is deciding when you want to climb, or if you want to do it at all.
Yeah, Iceman going to the front of TR, and I'm like, there's a better way.
Well, wasn't Laser Bridge in the Dark World Bunk Rocks?
I think no, it's Link's Bunk Rocks.
Oh, is it Light World? Okay.
This is one of those things where muscle memory kind of takes over. You have a couple small keys. You really didn't need to stop for that pot. You could have got it on the way back, but every runner in Rando is going to grab that out of memory.
Yeah, that's one thing in Veterans that's hard to adjust to, is once you're in go mode, you start counting keys in your head and thinking, okay, exactly how many keys do I need to finish out the rest of my dungeons? Alright, LittleMsArcade taking out Moth. That is crystal number 7. Just gotta hop, skip, and jump over to the Uncle drop down for a Ganon fight. Jerrock also making the mistake that everyone has made before and checking the attic chest keys down when you're in go mode.
You just see a close chest, man, and it just calls to you.
I know, you're like, man, that could be anything.
Yeah, it could even be a boat. But like, you know, you're going through escape, and you know that the sanctuary chest is a map. Man, 10 times out of 10, I'm checking that.
Oh yeah,
I can't leave it.
I don't trust myself for that.
I just can't leave it.
Yes, Ganon, tell me about the big cheese. Alright, on to phase 3. Falcon gonna snag those silvers anyway, even with the tempered.
I don't think this is a bad call. Getting to Desert back is a simple mirror flute, so little detour, I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I don't know, only 1,400 rupees. That's kind of a risk.
It's, you know, dangerous. Dangerous game we're playing here. Who among us has not spewed 20 arrows on phase 4 Ganon without hitting?
Yeah.
That is arrow number 4 for LittleMsArcade. Looking like that's going to be a finish line cross for first place. And then this is where This is where the timer starts for Poutine. You see that finish, and you're like, uh-oh. We gotta hustle. And then you're wondering how far behind is the other person on their team. But yeah, GG's in chat for LittleMsArcade, finishing with a time of 0 minutes and 0 seconds.
What a clutch runner, dang.
I would tell the official race time, but I don't want to spoil the outcome of the race for myself. Yeah. Kono helping out there. 1:49:59 for the official time for LittleMsArcade. It's looking like Falcon and Iceman are probably both going to finish at roughly the same time here, if I had to guess.
Yeah, Jerrock's actually going to need a couple small keys to finish up.
She just needs one, right? For Turtle Rock.
Well, unless, yeah, because they wouldn't have already grabbed the one in Swamp.
She's already been in Swamp, so she doesn't need one.
You need one to get into the back. That's what I'm saying. If they've already grabbed the one in Swamp, they're going to need another.
Well, I'm assuming they got the one, like, because other than that first one, Swamp is net even.
And they've been in Swamp, so if they've already grabbed that one, they may need another.
Yeah, but you can get the one in the pot because
if they've already grabbed
they didn't have the hook shot when they went in Swamp the first time.
You don't know that.
Come on, Talon.
You know that. You think you know that, but you don't know that. I'm trying to think of something to talk about, man. I'm trying here. I'm digging deep. Killing me.
So I think she just needs the one for TR. It looks like she's just gonna buy one right here. So.
This is the right call. Don't leave it as a chance. Just grab it.
Alright, that is 7 crystals for Iceman, so Iceman going to be dropping into Ganon second. Falcon having a little trouble with his Trinex here. Listen, once those heads get away from you, there's no stopping them.
Yeah, everyone's kind of got their own rhythm of how they like to handle this. You know, fire, then ice, and back to fire to finish it off, or all fire, then hit the ice. But you get off that routine just a little bit, and you immediately start to panic, like, oh no.
Those things go wild. They don't give you any chance. Alright, Iceman dropping into Ganon. Falcon finishing Trinex, which is crystal number 7 for them.
Yeah, Jerrock working their way through Swamp actually has a really good setup to how to finish. They'll float right to Link's house to get Laser Bridge, and then run from, and then Mirror, and then just run
Mirror,
up.
And then run up, yeah.
Hyrule Castle. So it's a pretty good setup for their last two.
Yeah. Iceman not taking any chances. Doing the slow Ganon. Wait. Oh, okay. I was like, where is Falcon going? But no, this is the way to go. Don't veer.
job just dropping the controller there.
Yep, that's the way to do it. Don't touch anything.
Oh.
I don't know how these didn't fall on there, but...
For anyone who doesn't know, Ganon has a sweet mechanic that if his fire bats hit you in phase 4, it inverts your controller for as long as you have iframes. So if you hold left to try to get away from the pit, you actually go right and walk into the pit, and it's awful.
Alright, Iceman finishing in second place here with a race time, GG time of something.
Considering how long and how buried Themestown ended up being in it, having the fire rod, this was actually pretty close.
Yeah, no, it was. And Falcon finishing off again as well. Looks like this is going to be... Unless this bridge trips him up, which, you know...
Who would ever...
No one would ever do that in a restream match in the main tournament. Alright, and that is going to be a win for It's Mitts. Finishing with an average time of 153-ish, if my rough math works out.
Yeah, definitely GG's to It's Mitts. Good win on their part. This was a kind of a really goofy scene. It started really thin, and both teams, got the initial items that they kind of cleared out everything until everyone converged on Swamp, and then Swamp kind of took you where you needed to go.
Right.
Oh, okay, we got both.
Oh.
Hi.
There are people in here now. Hello, GG.
Yeah, because I'm streaming, I don't have the Discord alerts. Nice.
So we have Falcon and LittleMsArcade joining us, the winners of this race.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
That was a fun one.
No, that was not a fun one.
Well, not a fun one in solo, but in duo, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it was.
I hope you had fun to see us, both of us, together in Swamp.
You were the only one.
I think you made the right call at that point. Like, something basically had to be in Swamp at the point you finally decided to do it, so...
Yeah, it was... We had nothing left.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were not able to split up. We just... LittleMs told me, let's go, we go in Swamp.
I mean, that was the major choke point, I think, right? Because once you found Swamp and got that mirror, suddenly everything just kind of led to everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, that Fire Rod was not at a good location too, because Sifton was a bit difficult. Well, not that difficult to access, but
yeah. I mean, both fire sources were a little rough, right? Because you had the lamp and bow locked pod, and then the fire rod in the front of the town.
Yeah, I got it with the potion glitch, so I had my fire source and I could do some other things.
Yeah, that's actually I think the really big linchpin of this seed is everyone was in Swamp pretty close to the same time. Everyone kind of just assumed, okay, there's nothing left. But while you were on the mountain checking stuff, Iceman had already scouted that ledge, but didn't have the mirror to be able to get to Mimic Cave, which led to Thieves Town. And then when you went up there, I believe it was LittleMsArcade, did. And so you guys had the fire rod in the Thieves Town. So they were clearing stuff trying to find that where you guys already had it. Then they got a couple. They got a bow a little bit earlier, and so they were doing some items. But it
their go mode was finding Thieves Town, whereas yours was the Desert Big Key.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny because LittleMs found the Teton, and then after that the boots and ice pack. She went in ice and everything. I just had to follow along at one point.
Yeah, some of the later dungeons were pretty stacked.
Yeah, we finally managed to catch up to each other and split up again. But, and I was a little bit late on my crystals, so I took the occasion to do one or two on the way.
Jerrock just finishing up the Ganon fight here. One more arrow.
Down goes the pig. All right, get your GG in chat for Jerrock and Poon.
Do it.
About ready to wrap it up.
So yeah, you got poutine my cheesesteak finishing with an average time of roughly 1:57.5. So yeah, only about a 5-minute or so difference between the averages here, which is a pretty close race.
Yeah, for co-op crosskies, it's close. And again, in co-op, it was a long one because 1 hour 56 minutes is the time you will do on a good seed in retrans. I keep saying crosskies because I keep forgetting it's retrans, but
If only it was cross keys.
yeah, but every time we do retrans, we forget for 5 minutes that we have a sword.
I noticed, yeah, we noticed a couple people forgot that you start this with a sword.
Yeah, now that everyone's here, we might as well bring that little detail up. Did you know you started with a sword?
I did, yes.
Did
But
not.
Jerrock's like, I don't have any weapon. I'm like, sword?
You sure?
Right.
In my defense, I played cross keys yesterday, and it just my brain just had the two crossed in my head, and it was like, oh, I've got to try to bomb these little wiggly worm things so that I can get the next chest. And he's like, oh, you can just sword slash them. I'm like, oh yeah, starting sword is a thing.
Yeah, starting sword is a thing. So both of us, I found the turtle rock and keep it for later. Whoops. And found the steel cage.
Yeah, I tried and oh yeah, we have a sword. Whoopsie.
Oopsie. But yeah, it was GG, both of you.
Yep, GG.
It was an interesting seed for sure.
Yeah.
We'll for sure have some fun to watch it back later.
Yeah, and it ended up being pretty close. Like I said, it was you guys were just hunting for that Thieves Town entrance for seemed like forever. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a single location that you need the mirror, and it takes a long time to get to. I just kept putting it off, hoping it wouldn't be anything.
Yep. I don't blame you for not finding it when basically every other check is better, but it's a little unfortunate that happened
as soon
to
as
be,
I found
especially
it,
with the
okay,
fire rod
first
being
chest.
in there.
Yeah, it's like first chest, go mode, let's just go.
Yep.
Had to verify, yep, Jerrock, you have every item you need, you have, like, we're not missing anything, okay, let's just go.
Yeah, you guys were actually in no mode first, slightly. But you ended up being
cleanup then.
a little behind on dungeons, yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So I think that's something that can make the difference. Then, and that's why I was at like 1 crystal, I think, and Little was at 3 or 4. So I tried to do a few on the way when I was going to ice, getting that some iron, the stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of similar on my end too. I had 1 and Iceman had sequence broke a couple of them, and I was like, man, I feel so far behind.
I'm wondering if I did not insist a bit too much to sequence break the myths at the beginning, because they were in the dark.
Yeah, you guys got those myths very early, but they kind of didn't really lead to anything.
Yeah.
No. Actually, the seed is not even myths luck, I think.
No, it never was, and it was one of those things that, had they stayed away from it, it may have helped not dig so many one-off locations.
Yeah, because as soon as I got the mids, I'm like, yeah, we got to check all these locations now, which just turned out to be nothing.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Interesting seat.
Yeah, great race. Everyone, thanks a lot for putting yourselves out there and letting us commentate and restream your matches. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for the extremely last minute restream.
Yeah. Oh, you're not kidding.
I had a quick look at the planning, and we are restricted. Okay.
Yeah, we knew about it about 45 minutes. It was like, we need one more commentator, and we jumped in, and they're like, all right, we're picking it up. I'm like, well, okay, we're doing this.
But yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And I'll try to return the favor and go commentate once or twice. Soon.
It's an interesting experience trying to comment on one of these races. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'm quite used to commentate, but not entrance. I love to play entrance. We actually, Dennis and myself, we played probably 100 seeds in the last 4 years, or something like this together. So we're quite used to it, but commentate this is another thing. But I'm going to try.
All right. Well, I think does anyone have any final thoughts about the seed, or I don't know when you guys have your next race set up.
I
Next
believe
Friday,
it's
same time.
next Friday, same time. Yeah. So
Okay.
guess just best of luck next week, guys, and hopefully we
Yep.
can keep it close
Our
again.
team's switching it up, but their team is staying the same runners. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
and you're going to have pull float, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
On board?
Pool's stubbing in for me.
So
Should
we'll
be-
see each
should be
other
fun.
Next Friday.
Yeah. Best of luck and good luck with the rest of the league race. The next
same
few
for
modes
you.
should be pretty fun. Except for swordless, because forget that mode. I don't want to.
Yay, swordless!
Swordless
go.
is fun. I'm going to have fun swordless. Thank you.
The opinions of one commentator do not constitute the opinions of all the commentators.
Tag me in, coach. I'm ready.
But I have to because Iceman said no.
Smart man.
Yep. It's like, I'll do League. I'm just not doing Swordless.
All right.
Thanks.
Well,
Thanks, everybody. I work at 6 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed.
yeah, no, we're gonna wrap things up here, I think. Thanks again for letting us restream the race. Thanks, Pi and Kono for hopping in on tracking, and Kono for last minute picking this up for restream when me and Tay signed up for comms and was like, "Hey, can we get someone to do this?" So appreciate that. Thanks, chat, for hanging out and chatting, doing chat things. And I mean, there's nothing else on the schedule for today. I know restreams are going to be a little sparse this week because of SGL, but who knows? If you sign up for comms and bug someone, you too could potentially get a restream at last minute. So if you see a match you're interested in, give it a shot. It's a good time. But yeah, you want to finish us off here, Tay, and take us out?
Yep. Just gonna echo Gilgamesh. Thanks everyone for letting us commentate your match. Thanks all the runners. Thanks to 3Stream and the tracking team. It was a lot of fun. Also want to echo Gilgamesh. If you thought this was a good time and you want to take your shot at tracking or restreaming or commentating, we can always use the help. So look into it. There's always someone to help you out. All right, for everyone else in the crew, thanks a lot, everyone.